Hi guys, it's Angela with Andy Styles Boutique and welcome to our channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a repeat viewer, welcome back. If you are a subscriber, you guys know we love you. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being patient with us as we grow this channel. Thank you for helping us to rise up to where you want us to be and where you feel like a channel should be. So tonight I am doing a video on sublimating notebooks. Now I've done a video before on how to, I guess it was sublimating Dollar Tree notebooks and Walmart glitter notebooks. I'm going to be doing a sublimation notebook and it is a Dollar Tree notebook. Now, having said that, it is going to be a all over notebook. I want to try to utilize as much of the page as possible since Dollar Tree notebooks, it's not a lot of glitter to play with from the start. So I wanted to try to take advantage of all of the space that I have. So I have a sample of one that I created now. See that? Alright, so we're going to walk through how I created this and we're going to do a couple of things differently. For one, we're going to change the color of the notebook. This is for me. I will use it and I will use it proudly because I'm not like the other girls. So anyway, if you like what we do here and this channel is really helping you, please do us a favor. I'm inviting you to subscribe. That helps the channel and that helps me to know that I'm doing something right. If you like the video, please like it. If you feel like that someone would benefit from the video, please share it. We'd appreciate that. All right, so now let's talk about what you're going to need. So to do this video, very simple. The list of things that you'll need is very, very simple. All right, so let's talk about what you're going to need. Gloves, safety first. You're going to need ventilation. I have my window open here and I have my bathroom window open also so the air can circulate and flow through because as the gases come up from the sublimation ink, as the gas is up and adheres to your notebook, you're going to smell that. And so you want that to flow in and out. You don't want to just consume that because it can linger around the house for an uncomfortable amount of time. So now the other thing you're going to need is your image of choice. And this is my image, Meet Miss Unique. And then my quote. There we go. My quote. You guys know I'm still learning this ring light. But this is my quote. And I have these little circles. So we're going to talk about how I created that and how I got her into, can you see it? How I got her into her body frame into the circles or the paper. You're going to need a mat, a heat mat. I am pressing on my desk. So in order to not mess it up or cause it to buckle from the steam, from the heat, you want to use a mat. Okay? Scissors. You're going to need a heat transfer tape, and this is the one I'm using. We're not going to even talk about it, y'all. I do have a tape dispenser that one of my members, thank you so much, recommended. I love it. It's downstairs. I'm upstairs. So, yeah, it's a lot going on in the house tonight. So, and then the other thing you're going to need is a heat press. I am using this Cricut Easy Press. That's what it's called. This one I'm not a big fan of because the heat does not distribute evenly, and I think Cricut knew that that was one of the issues with this, so they came out with a bigger one, a larger one, which I really like. It does heat pretty well, but I use that for shirts when I'm pressing shirts, and I don't want to turn on my bigger one, so I use that for shirts. Now, the other thing you're gonna need is some parchment paper. I use parchment paper, and I like it pretty much. You may or may not need a pencil, but just have one handy. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we need to get our image. So in order for you to see what I'm doing, we're going to move this off of me because you guys want to see what I'm doing. There we go. And I'm going to try and prop this up because I want you to see what I'm doing without me causing too much havoc with the screen. I don't like it when I have to move the screen like that. It just, to me, it just takes away from what I'm teaching. All right, so that is that. I'm going to try and adjust this light so you won't see that big glare. That's not gonna work, so I gotta figure that out. All right, let's see. Better? Yeah. All right, there we go. That's better. I'm sorry about that big big circle, big light, big reflection. All right, so there is my computer. Oh, it's coming from my screen. All right, so let's go ahead and open my computer. I'm going to log on. I'm going to walk you through these steps. So hopefully you'll see what I'm doing, and then you will get, you'll be able to go in and duplicate it. So first things first, I'm going to cancel this because this is where I was printing everything out. Cancel the cut, yes. And I'm going to cancel that. I'm done with it. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to save this sub notebook. Whoops. Design 2. So when you're naming your collections, you just want it to make sense to you. I know you can go out and you can save or you can share your designs with people on within the Cricut world, but I don't do that. I'm not saying I don't share it. It's there if somebody wants it. I don't put it out there, but then I also don't name it something that makes sense to anybody other than me. But I said that to say, make sure your naming convention, when you're naming your files, it means something to you and it's important to you. All right, so we're going to start with a new canvas, and hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to go into upload, and I'm going to upload an image. Now the image I'm uploading is the image that I purchased on Etsy, and I think I want to do that one. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to change the design, and I'm going to tell it I want it complex, and I'm going to continue, apply and continue. I just wanted to add it to the paper or the canvas. So click on that and then hit upload. Now it's going to upload it, and then I'm going to upload it to my canvas. But I'm going to go ahead and find my image. So I'm going to click on view all so I can see the rest of my SVGs and PNGs and JPEGs and all of that good stuff. So this is my lady here. I'm going to add to canvas. And there we go. So it added both of them. So I'm going to click off. Now Cricut is screaming at me. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's yelling. It's mad. I have these caution signs here, and if I click on it, it says not supported by Maker, and it tells me why, which it says my image is too large. Reduce image size to 6.75 by 9.25 or less, and that's what Cricut allows me. So what I did was this little lady here, I did reduce her to 6.75. I made her 6.75. Cricut still wasn't happy because she was 10, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how I got around all of that. So I'm going to do, the width here is going to be 6.75 and hit return. So it made that 6.75. It gave me a perfect square here. Let's size her. So we're going to do 6.7. Let's go ahead and do this. I think it's 9.25 is the height that Cricut will allow me for her. So it gave me this one. And I want her to be as big as possible. So I'll go in and I'll open it up, unlock it here. I'll push her up to where she's like 8.361. And I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to make her 5. So she's 5 by 8.631. This right here, I'm going to make the same. So that's 5 by 8.631. So we make that 5. I'm going to unlock it. And I'm going to make it 5 by 9. So I'm going to make that 5 by 9. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put her there. Right click and tell it to move it backwards to where I have her in the square. So then what I did, let's make it a little more even. Oh, let's make her a little more. I want her elbow in there, so I have to make sure that make sure you have the image, whatever image you're going to use, make sure it's all in there. So you click on your image, hold down your shift key, click on that square, and down in your right hand corner it's going to give you the slice option. You want to slice it. Okay, so once it'll blink and it'll let you know it's done. But if you look over on your right hand side, it gives you all 3 of the elements. So let's move her out of the way. There we go. This one we're going to get rid of. We don't need that. This is what we need. So we need that. And then we're going to take and slide her right in there. There you go. That's how I got the image. That's how I got her into there without it bleeding on through her clothes. Because if you don't create this part that I just did, when you sub it, it'll come all the way through the clothes. So all right, so I am going to do the next part, which I'm going to put some text in. So I'm just going to go to text, and she's going to be enough. All right, so then I'm going to go get the text that I want, choose whatever text you want, and then I'm going to size it, change the color. Let's make it black. Oops, come on. Well, maybe it's not going to let me do that. But you want to make sure that it fits onto her shirt. And then see if okay, I want it to be. All right, so we're going to make it purple. Now, when you are working with these types of things, when you're trying to work with JPEGs, PNGs, and you want Cricut to treat this image as one, you're going to have to attach it. So I'm going to move the word for her shirt. I'm going to remove her. And I'm also going to remove this outline. So I'm going to put her center the word where I want it on the shirt, or put it wherever you want it on the image. Highlight it, hold down your shift key, highlight it again, go over to your lower right hand side, choose the flatten option. There you go, it just flattened it. So that's one piece, it's in there. So then once I'm done with that, I take and I move my image back into where she fits, where she belongs. And then it's already activated. If it's not activated, you just want to come over, activate it, hold down your shift key, activate the square behind it, select flatten. There you go. It's ready. Now, because I want to take advantage of this right here, I want this to feel, I could just put it in there and let it sit a little bit. I mean, just, let it, what am I trying to say? I could just put it in there and just let it, let this glitter be the outside. But for this one that I did, I used up all of the area. that I have. So I am going to create another box, upload it again, and I'm going to add to canvas, and we're going to resize it. So this is 5, so I'm going to make this one 5, but it's 8 across and 10 down, so that should probably be about 4. So I'm going to make that 4. So that's going to, that 5 and that 4 is going to be 9. I'm going to unlock it, pull it down to where my lady is, send this to the front, and there you go. That's going to show you what it's going to look like on your notebook. So I do want to say here, and the saying is going to be, you guessed it, I am enough. There we go. That's it. That's all, ma'am. Ladies and gents, that's all. So this is what is going to be on my notebook. Now this I can move around wherever I want it. So I think I'm going to do it that way. Be creative, but remember when you're putting this here, that it's just going to, you're going to try to take up as much room as you can, and then so you don't want to box yourself in. All right, so this is what this notebook is going to look like. So I am going to, now for this part here, what I could do is move this here. I could resize it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave that there. This one I'm going to put here. So when I pull it together, if I put this here on the edge, that still makes sense. Oops, don't know what I did there. Oh, that still makes sense. Now, I would line the brush strokes up as much as you can. So that's what she's going to look like. Now let's go ahead and print. So you just want to hit, for the text, you want to weld that text together. And then I want this text to I want it to legitimately, I want it to, so that's cute. I like that. What do you guys think? That lavender could make it the same color as her shirt. If we made it the same color as her shirt, we have to put it here. You have to pull it out. Well, you know, it's okay. If the purples don't match, they're not the same. So I'm gonna just get this as close to the edge. You'll see why I'm doing this when we put it together. I'm gonna fit it together like a puzzle. There we go. That's what the notebook is going to look like. And let's see. I'm going to make this just a little wider. Let's make this. So we're going to do 5 and 5 because I want to make sure I have enough space when I put this together. Cricut and their limitations. All right, so then you want to do I'm just trying, you know what? We're just going to leave it right there. So, I'm going to leave my text here. I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to click that, hold down my shift key, and then I just want to flatten it together. And Cricut seems to be okay with the way I did that, so it's not yelling at me. Cool. So then I'm just going to click Make It. Sending it to the printer. Now remember, when you are sublimating, you're going to reverse your image because you want it to print backwards. So now I'm going to hit Continue. And let's mirror both of them so I won't forget. Oh, my mirror is on for both of them. Okay. Okay, so send to printer. I'm going to send it to the Epson ET4700. Turn the bleed off and tell it to use system dialog. And I'm going to turn the Cricut machine on. It is set for 400 degrees at 60 seconds, but actually 400 degrees 30 seconds is enough for these because they are very thin. The notebook is very thin. So it's printing that out. While that's printing out, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to send that to printer as well. Add to bleed, use system dialog. We are going to print. Okay. And while that is printing, I am going to put my supplies over here because once this is done, we are going to move the computer and I'm going to show you how I assemble my... All right, that one's ready. All right, so this is what it looks like. Okay. And it's printing out that second sheet. And like I said, once I'm done with this, we're going to just turn it off. So let's, not going to use Cricut to cut that off. All right, it's done. It's my second sheet that it printed. So let's go ahead and cancel here. That little beep lets me know that my heat press is ready. So I'm just going to move this. This is my mat. I'm going to turn that over. And I'm going to put this one on top of it. I'm going to grab my notebook. Oops, something fell. So when you're buying your notebooks, now, I love pretty colors, but when you're thinking about sublimation, your best colors are going to be your lighter colors, such as your white. If you can get white glitter notebooks, if you can get, this is a nice bone colored notebook. So those will be some good notebooks. Now, once you print out your image, you will have this black line. Cut that off. That black line prints clearer sometimes than your actual images. And you cannot, excuse me, let me rephrase that. I could not get that off. I put it on a shirt one time and it was like, whoo. Let me just see if I can remove that ink. Now that ink did not, that sublimation ink, it's a lifer. It's there for life. All right, so then we're going to cut her. Miss Enough. We're going to cut her. All right. Let's go up here. Now, I won't be too upset if I have some of the glitter out as my outline. I won't be too upset, but the goal was to use as much of the glitter or the page as possible. That was my goal when I started this project. Okay, so let's see. So now I'm going to put my puzzle together. All right, that's my puzzle. I mean, this is my image. It says I am enough. So that's how it's going to look on my notebook. And I just hold it together so I can tape it over. And it's not going to fill up the notebook. So I'll show you, let me tape it together. I'll show you how it looks taped together. And then we're going to use that bone color glitter page as it's kind of like a picture frame. At least that's what I have in my mind anyway. So 2 pieces of tape for that. And give me 1 second. You'll see how I taped it up in a moment. All right, so this is how it's taped. And that's how it's going to look. I want her elbow. So this is where I'm going to have to go with, make sure it's as even as possible. All right, so where's her elbow? Right there. So there's literally no give where her elbow is. So I'm stuck with that. That's why I was saying be as creative as you like, but also remember your diameter, because size does matter. Size matters. Now, some people, when they tape their images down, they will tape it onto the inside cover of the notebook. I don't do that because I don't trust this tape. So I just tape it down as much as possible on the image and on the front flap, and then that's about all I do. All right, I almost have it taped, so give me a few more seconds and I'll show you what it looks like taped down. Just clean up that tape. All right. I'm cutting off the excess using my spiral as my guide. All right, so this is what it looks like taped up. Okay. When I press it, I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to lie it down like so. You want to grab your parchment paper. Let me show you how I put it. On here. Parchment paper I purchased at Sam's. Yep, something there. I'll pick all that up. I purchased it at Sam's. It came in a roll of 2. So this is how you want your parchment paper to look. You're going to put a piece on the bottom side, piece on the top. Press it. You're going to lay it flat so the spiral you don't feel any weight on that spiral part. Then I'm going to take my heat press and I'm just going to press it for 30 seconds. And like I said, make sure you have good ventilation. You'll sometimes you can see the gases rising up. And then the other thing is you can wear a mask if you like. You don't have to, but you can. The reason you want to monitor the heat press or the settings is because you don't want what we call burnout, and that's where you will burn your image. It'll get burned and it's not pretty. All right, so this did not get all of my image, so I'm gonna have to go back up again up the side to grab where it did not get it. I normally use my large heat press for this because I don't like to, this is 4 presses for me, and that's probably a little more than what I would be comfortable with doing, simply because, look at my arm. I've been scratching, simply because it can get burnt out. All right, you see that smoke? I don't know if you guys can see it. The gases are coming up. All right, so that's that. We're gonna put that back on there. Be careful with that. That thing gets super hot. It gets incredibly hot. So I'm gonna take my gloves. You don't know burn until you try to pull off some sublimation tape without letting it either cool or some little ghosting there. So I'm gonna put this back on here, and I'm gonna go back over it just a few seconds just to get that there's like a white line, and that's where the heat was not all the way on. So I'm just gonna go back over that and just get that, see if I can get that white line out of there. All right, let's see. The good thing about if you tape it down enough, you'll be able to pull it up and look and see what you're working with. And if you, it's gone. If you'll be able to, if you tape it adequately, you'll be able to pull it up and lift it up to see what you have. And if you don't like it, or if you see something like I saw the white line, you will be able to put this tape, like, so if I saw something I didn't like, because I taped it well enough, I could just slide it right on back over, add some more heat to it, and get the image the way I want it. All right, this is it. It's pretty. I like it. All right, so that's an all over one. I like it. Her jewelry came through. She's got on a little bracelet, a little necklace. And that's this. That's it. That's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you will be inspired to go out and create some notebooks using the backgrounds, the PNG backgrounds. Yeah, I like it. All right, guys. Happy crafting.